Welcome back. Hope you guys are having a good day today. Maybe there'll be a snow day. So we're talking about 3.4, solving for a variable in two variable linear equations. Your warm-up, I just want you to solve for x. For 2x minus 7 equals 4x minus 9. So take a second, pause the video, and go from there. So it says, consider the formula for the perimeter of a square with side length of L, this is an L, units. Usually write fancy L's when it's just by itself. So if I think of a square, and it says each side is L, and remember perimeter is adding up all four sides, or adding up all the sides depending on what your object is. So I know my perimeter is, or equals, L plus L plus L plus L, right? Which is equal to P equals 4L. Okay, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 L's. Okay. So this is the perimeter equation for a square with side length L. Sometimes you see it as 4S, side length, side, S. Alright, so if P equals 18, then what is L? So I would say that, excuse me, my equation is P equals 4L, and wherever I see a P, I'm going to write my 18 equals 4L. Now I'm going to solve for L, which you guys have been doing. So I get 18 fourths equals L. Now I want to think, is this my final answer? This is an L. No, because I need to reduce my fraction, always, always, always. Top and bottom are divisible by 2, so I get 9 halves L. And since there's no unit, I don't have to write a unit in this case. Alright, so that one should be pretty easy for you. Now this one is interesting. The formula for converting a temperature in degrees Fahrenheit, F, we all know that F stands for Fahrenheit, to temperature in degrees Celsius, C, is C equals 5/9 times the quantity F minus 32. So ignore that little dot there. It's nothing. It's just a minus. So it says, my question is asking me to express F in terms of C. What that means is I need to solve for F or get X by itself. I'm sorry, F in this case, not X. Okay. So if I look at my formula, C equals 5/9 F minus 32. So the first thing I want to get rid of here is this 5/9. Now some of you might want to distribute it, but instead of distributing and multiplying with fractions, I'm just going to get rid of it right away. So I'm going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal. So I get 9/5 C equals, the 9 and the 9 cancel, 5 and 5 cancel to give me 1, F minus 32. Now I can add 32 to both sides. So I get 9/5 C plus, oop, you guys can't see that, I'm sorry, plus 32 equals F. So I just added 32 to both sides. This cancels. So I get F equals 32 plus 9/5 C. And just to write it nicely, so that way that what I have solved for is on, oops, there's a C there, is there. So F equals 9/5 C plus 32. So if I was given the Celsius degree, I could plug this in and get Fahrenheit. Or if I wanted to have, if I was given Fahrenheit, I could plug it in here and get Celsius. So this is just another way. You can always change your formulas around to get what you're trying to solve for before you plug anything in. Or you can plug stuff in and then solve for it. Doesn't matter. So now, we're going to use that formula we just solved for in that last problem. It says if F equals 9/5 C plus 32 and C equals 10, 20, 30, and 40, create a table of values. So I started my table. I got a little excited and did 50, but we're not going to do 50. So I'm going to start just like an F should be here. Just like we did before in the last chapter, or last section I should say. I can't speak tonight for some reason. So I'm going to plug in 10 for C plus 32. I'm sorry, this should be 9/5. Okay. And 9/5 times 10, if I do that across, 90/5. Some of you like to cross cancel, that's fine. 90/5, if I do that in the calculator, is 18 plus 32, which is going to give me 50. So when we are 10 degrees Celsius, we are 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, and then I'm going to do a different one. I'm going to do 20 now. And it's a totally different problem. I start over. So I plug in 20 plus 32. And this one I'm going to cross reduce. So if you like to multiply your fractions across the top and then divide, that's fine. But I know that 5 goes into 24 times, and this is over 1. And then 9 times 4 is 32. So I get 36 plus 32. And that is going to give me 68. Sorry, I was looking at my notes and I did the problems in a different order. So when it's 20 degrees Celsius, it's 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Wouldn't 68 degrees be beautiful today? Now I'm going to do 30. So I'm going to have F equals 9/5 times 30 plus 32. So 5 goes into 30 6 times. Remember, that's really over 1. 9 times 6 is 54 plus 32, which is going to give me 86. So when it's 30 degrees Celsius, it's 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Another nice number we'd like to see again. And finally, if C is 40, if it's 40 degrees Celsius, what is it in Fahrenheit? Let's go ahead and pause the video, see if you can try this one on your own. And I'm going to keep going. 5 goes into 48 times, so I get 9 times 8 is 72 plus 32, which is going to give me 104 degrees. So when it's 40 degrees Celsius, we're getting pretty up there. Okay? 104 degrees. So just a note for yourself, pause if you need to catch up a little bit there. But there's my table. So 50, 68, 86, and 104. So just a note, if it asks you to solve for y in terms of x, that just means get y by itself. So anytime it says solve for something, that just means get that variable by itself. If it says solve for x in terms of y, that just means get x by itself. Okay. There's no exit slip today since they're all kind of story problem-ish. Homework is page 122, numbers 1 through 11 odd, 15, only 17B. Don't do A and C. And then 19. Just a note for 15, it's going to give you a triangle. Okay, and I think one of the angles is y, one of them is x, and it doesn't tell you what this other one is. It does, but you guys haven't learned that yet necessarily. So this one is x, and then remember when you add up all 3 angles, it does equal 180. So that'll help you solve number 15, okay? Make sure you pay attention to that. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.